Hello there, friends, family, and everything in between. I've got a little bit of a scratch in my throat, but it's still Dylan from Alternate Universes bringing you some One Piece TCG content this week. On the left, we have Brady Hayes playing Mono Black Smoker, and on the right, we have Owen Sathra playing Mono Green Kinemon Tempo Control Shenanigans. It's not really a control deck. Plays board control sometimes, but I feel like Kinemon is more aggressive than Eustace Kid was in set 1. Or an OPO 1, as the Bandai kids like to say. Don't quite get it. I'm not gonna lie to you. It kind of pains me when people refer to sets as like OPO. My brain's not smart enough. Tell me the set name. Or say set 1. For some reason, when you say OPO 2, I think of like a structure deck. I don't know. Also, shout out to the people who know the structure deck numbers by the top of their head. Someone called the store and was like, "Do you have ST4?" And I was like, "Huh? Which one is that?" So yeah. Oh, and rocking. It was actually my Kinemon deck that I haven't played in. When did Set 2 come out? I haven't played since the release. Like, built the deck, and I was like, alright, cool. And then I drew that cool custom Kinemon leader with my horrendous art skills. Which, if you ever want a custom token or leader, swing by AU Bluebell and just ask me. I'll draw it for you. It won't look good, but I'll have a blast doing it. Smoker is killing Momo. But yes, underneath of that, he has the actual Kinemon leader, because I bought the fancy one. Because I was like, this is cool, why not? And then I haven't played the game. But that's fine.
Oh my god, I forget what Okiku does. She's the one that's
The changing of the weather, I think, is bodying me just a little bit. Hence my voice sounding weird. But I have to do my job. Otherwise, I don't get paid. So, let's talk about these leaders. As I mentioned, they are both from Set 2 of One Piece, aka Paramount War. And Smoker has an ability that when you put 1 down on him, you can target a creature on the board, on your opponent's board, and give it a -1 cost. And then, if there is a creature in play with a cost of 0, Smoker gains +1k. So for 1 down, he can become a 7k, which is pretty cool. And the deck is designed to reduce costs and all that stuff. The Seeker Eric Kuzan is a, during your turn, -5 to all things your opponent controls. So it's pretty neat. Words. Then Kinemon. Kinemon has an activated ability, or activate main ability, which would be an activated ability, where if you have 1 or less Land of Wano creatures on the board, 1 or less creatures on the board, your next Land of Wano that costs 3 or more is reduced by 1. That's why he was able to play Okiku for 2. It's pretty nice. There's a couple cool things you can do with it. You can activate the ability of Kinemon and then go play like 3 1-drops, and then your next thing is still reduced because at the time of the activation, you fulfill the condition, and it's just, it only checks when you activate the ability, not when you go to play the card. Brady, removing Momo from the equation with that kill spell. We have 4 to 5 life. Brady rocking a Don Quixote blocker over there. I don't remember the name of the creature. Besides that, it's a Don Quixote.
5.
Alright, Okiku attacks into Smoker. We'll be tapping the blocker. Now, I think I talked about it at the beginning here, just a couple minutes ago. But Kinemon plays a little bit more aggressively, or at least I have found more success playing Kinemon more aggressively than I used to play Kid. Kid, I would like sit back until I found the big stuff and be like, alright, cool. My board is overwhelming. You're going to die. Kinemon, you want to progressively play your like Okikus and your Yamatos and just kind of chip in for damage until you can be like, alright, here's Kazuki Oden, die. Because Kazuki Oden is not an okay card. It's a very strong effect.
You got it.
A little less silly when, like Whitebeard exists. But even then, you swing 15k twice into Whitebeard. They're not really doing much. They're not getting out too many times. All right, there's a Killer and a Raizo coming down. Raizo notably the card that draws a card on attack if you have another at least one more tapped creature.
It is.
Effect says 2 or more, which means it checks itself, which is pretty sweet. Honestly, one of my favorite cards from set 1.
Sometimes that is.
It is a blast to play with. And when you have 2 of them going, it's great. 2 of them plus like a Momo. So you can activate the Momo, look at the top 5, and then go Riser, draw 2. Those were moments in like set 1 where Kid felt like insurmountable to get through. When they were just able to bury you in card advantage. Which is really funny, coming from being a Dragon Ball Super player and having green be the deck that does that. They like swap the color pie around for DBS to One Piece, it seems. Like the DBS color pie pretty closely follows Magic for the first couple of years of the game being out. And then the One Piece is like, well, we're doing our own thing. Green's the draw deck. Green's also control.
Yep.
Red is aggro. I mean, that one's consistent like every game.
Yep. So he is double strike if you have a card with 0. That's pretty cool. And I'm gonna say.
Alright, that is the 5-drop 7K Smoker from the starter deck. It has double strike as long as there is a card with 0 cost in play. Again, more cost interaction stuff. Pretty sweet.
He's a 5 cost 7. Yeah. It's not great in this.
Brady rocking the Alt-Art Smoker leader here.
Can't block his deck.
Let's go 6 at lead, rest the smoker.
Okiku attacks and taps the Smoker.
Yeah. Ouch. Thank you for that, good sir.
No, bro.
Oh, and adjusting the dice for us. What a beautiful, beautiful person. Oh, it is my coworker and my friend. For anybody who is wondering why I'm just randomly complimenting this person.
7.
Riser swinging in 6K here. 7K. He's a 4K. Drawing a card. He'll make Brady pitch to defend.
200 leader. 7 at the smoker
It's
character.
also going to crack 7K in again.
Boom.
Going to pop the blocker.
Go.
2 left.
2 left. Holding up Punk Gibson for you.
Sigh.
Folks, have you been following the set 4 reveals for One Piece? I know we're in set 2 in America, but set 4 is coming out in Japan, and let me tell you, it's pretty cool looking. There's a leader coming out that I feel like is going to be problematic, based off of prior history in Bandai games. So I'm very interested to see what happens there. But Vivi, I think, the red blue one, the 5 life, the one that can't attack. I think she's really cool.
That's balanced.
The fact that she is the only leader in the game so far that can actually draw a card, like, consistently once per turn, is pretty neat. And I feel like Dragon Ball in the past has had leaders that, like, could draw cards but didn't attack that were pretty good. So I'm curious to see how she does in this game.
10.
Alright, Brady, attack again for 10K here. Probably just swinging at a creature. Yep, killing Ukiku.
9. 11.
Got a little bit of frame delay there. Oh, not killing Ukiku. Oh, and Paradise Waterfall to restand the Ukiku, and then combo out to protect it. And then Smoker Leader kills Raizo.
Okay, I was gonna say there's no way I miscounted right.
A little bit of frame delay. There's a Kuzan. Kuzan will draw a card on play. It does something else, and I don't remember what it is. Kuzan.
Go for it.
Yeah, I fear for anyone who has
No,
to
not
play
Lisa.
Where are your equipment?
Come on, Autocraft. How do you not
I don't
know
know. Somewhere.
these characters for the show that we've never watched? Actually, that's not true. I've watched the first 18 episodes.
question.
to which I've been told are not even that good. Okay, so when Kuzan attacks, it gives up to one of your opponent's characters -4 during this turn.
You have a ton of cards in hand? Three, yeah, that's what I thought.
Not a ton. Just
However, I doubt Kuzan is going to
We'll go
live.
with that in a long time.
It's probably like throw 2 or 3 down onto a Kiku attack, or you probably throw like
bold of you to
4
assume this was ever supposed to be a fair matchup.
4 down onto a Kiku, swing into the smoker, tap down the Kuzan, and then oh okay,
Another
or
balance
do that.
card. Yeah.
All of these cards.
Three of them with balance
Progressing board
cards
state
and
also a
all
very
is
reasonable
on
play
the-
here.
On the table right now.
Right, he's tapped out with not many cards in hand. I feel like the black deck doesn't counter very well. I feel like there's a lot of cards that the deck has to play that don't counter. Alright, so we're gonna swing 9k
This one? Yeah.
into the Kuzan. Let's it die.
You got him. He exploded.
Yeah, I don't know. I think there's a world where you throw 4 down onto a Kiku, swing into the smoker, tap down the Kuzan, and then throw. If the smoker dies, you throw probably 3 down onto Kinemon and swing in. Does that give you enough down to do the rest of 437? No. Well, it doesn't, but. Here's a Toki coming out for Owen here. Toki is a blocker as long as you have a Kizuki Odin in play, which Yamato, all Yamato cards, or at least so far, say that they are also Odin.
Looks like a pretty good one.
Nah.
It's pretty neat.
He drop kick, put a Don under it.
7 at lead.
I'll block 7 lead.
5 at lead. Goodbye, cruel world. Which one though? She's annoying, but this one is a little bit bigger. I care about the extra one. Survey says no.
My coworker is texting me about a music album that I recommended them. So, folks, if you were fans of rap music, I highly recommend to you. Tyler, the Creator's Call Me If You Get Lost, the Estate Seal. It's an album that just dropped last week from the point of me recording this, and it's phenomenal. Holy crap. If I had a way of listening to it while recording this audio, I would. Actually, I can't. I can just go get my AirPods. It feels like a lot of work. Maybe next round. Hear me randomly humming in round 2. By the way, I forgot to ad read. This is round 1 of our weekly One Piece tournament. We have One Piece every Monday night at Alter Universe's Blue Bell at 7 o'clock, sometimes 7:05, because people like to show up late. Or we fire 2 tournaments at the same time that have a decent amount of players in them. And we are just 2 staff members, so we get a little busy, but that's okay. So 7, it's 7:05 sometimes at the latest. Like I said, every Monday night, Alter Universe's Blue Bell. If you don't want to go to Alter Universe's Blue Bell, or you want to tour the alternate universes, you can go to Holmes on Wednesday at 7 o'clock for their tournament, and Thursday at Wilmington for theirs. Speaking of Wilmington and One Piece, we'll be hosting a 1K event for One Piece at Alter Universes Wilmington, Saturday, May 6th. Registration will begin at 11 a.m. Play will begin at noon. Deck lists will be required. Best of 1, 30 minutes, with a best of 3 top cut, untimed. Probably 50. We'll see about that one. First place will get $400 in store credit. Now, that can change if we have more than 33, or from 33 players up. We'll be adding every entry to the prize pool. So, be there or be square. I think it'll be a great time. I have a conflicting event also on that day. My plan was to either go down and play or stream it. However, we're also doing something at Bluebell for Magic that I'm either going to have to play in or stream. So I'm not sure what I'll be doing that weekend. Now, Brady has the 10-drop cigar Kuzan on the board. Kuzan says on play. You can pop something. Your opponent controls it. Costs 3 or less. And has an all turns permanent effect of reducing everything your opponent controls by 5. Meaning you can pop some pretty big stuff just by playing this thing.
And he's so
It's a
good
10
at
drop,
it.
right? He needs to have a pretty
Why are you good at
effective
Sanji?
ability on play.
He's,
Now, this is a card that
He has to be cool.
whenever I played it, I was never too impressed about it. Now, I've only played like 4 games of Smoker, and I wasn't in love with how the deck felt. Maybe it was the build I was working with, maybe it was just me being stupid. All very possible things, especially the me being stupid part. But the cigar felt very underwhelming. But I've seen a lot of games since then where the cigar has just taken over the game. So
10 at leader.
maybe I should give Smoker another pass through, see what we can do. Some big damage coming into Owen here.
Nuke.
Going to, I think it's Meteor Shower. Kill the Okiku.
Seven left.
Alright, we're going to play a Borsalino and a card that I don't remember the name of. Borsalino is a blocker, however. It gets one plus, words, gets plus 1k during your opponent's turn and cannot be killed by effects during your opponent's turn. Now, notably, if you're playing against red and you have a Borsalino on the board and you go and check their life and they reveal a Jet Pistol can kill Borsalino because it's during your turn. There's a fun rules interaction for you. Brady, 2 cards in hand. However, does have a pretty big board state. It's not looking good for a young warrior here.
Yep.
I'm gonna Ezo the Borsalino.
Izo coming down. We'll be tapping the Borsalino. Yeah, I think, honestly, Owen's draw has been a little weird here, but I think what it comes down to is the deck needed to be a little bit more aggressive in the Smoker, especially considering the fact that, like, Smoker's worst matchup seems to be the red decks because of how fast they can go, or just Whitebeard just goes over the top of everything in the format. But, yeah.
I'm gonna send 8 at the Borsalino.
You got him.
Alright, killing the Borsalino. Like, the board management that Owen has been doing has been really good. The problem is just that, like, now we're getting to a point that, like, the 10 drop is kind of unkillable. Otherwise, Owen really just kind of time walks himself here.
I'm gonna send the Rizo at my belt.
Alright, Rizo swinging at the tap, little dude. Killed him. Now the rough part is, Owen finds a body. He's going to look for a beige, probably. Cool. Finds a beige, or a biggie, as I've heard people call him. I refer to him affectionately as Commissioner Gordon. Unfortunately, the rough part here for Owen is that Brady really just needs to find a kill spell, and it's probably enough.
How many cards in the end? 2.
So it looks like he's picking up 3 down to play Kobe.
-1.
We'll be activating Smoker.
Aren't they all already?
Yeah, they're all 0 cost cards on the board right now.
All -5.
So he gets his, he's up to 7k.
We'll do. You have 1 blocker.
Looks like Brady's thinking about attacking. I feel like you just, if you have the kill spell, you play the kill spell first. Usually I'm very much on the play cards then kill thing, but
We'll blow up the blocker.
when you can threaten lethal, you threaten lethal. Alright. 7, 8, 9k.
7 right now. 9 at lead.
Attacking in here to Kinemon. Owen realizes that's going to be the game, and Brady will be taking it 1-0 because it's best of 1. with Smoker Control against Kinemon. Thank you for watching, folks, and have a great rest of your day.